Hey, so I'm going to really quickly show you how to pull a handle, because I'm guessing not many of you will have handle pullers at home. So ball of wedge clay, pat it into a sort of a cone shape or an egg shape, so it starts to go thinner at one side. And you need loads more clay than you think, because you need something to hold at the top, because if you haven't got the grip there, you're not going to do it properly. So then I'm just going to kind of start moving it round and squeezing and getting the rough shape before I start using water. So hold it with your left hand, get water on your right hand, and you're kind of like squeezing it, so you're starting up like this, and then as you pull down it's getting narrower and narrower, the hole. And I do tend to move it round a little bit as well, because your hand will have a shape, whatever shape your hand is, and then it'll turn into the shape of the handle. So I tend to keep moving me hand around a little bit. So you need to not put as much pressure on here, then a little bit more pressure, a little bit more pressure, a little bit more pressure, until you get off the bottom there. And these are going to be handles for the face jugs that I've just been doing. So they don't have to be massively long, but you can kind of see that that's starting to take the shape of a handle now. So I'm just going to make it a little bit longer and a little bit narrower to match in with me neck of the jug, which I think about that'll be good. So then what you can do is sit it on the table like that, and it'll take this form, this shape, as it's drying. So if you give it like maybe an hour or so, and then you can cut it off here, and then this bit gets attached to the top of your pot, and then you can nip it off here and blend it in, that bit's at the bottom of your pot. I'll show you that in a bit. Okie doke. Thank you. Right, so I'm going to show you how to attach that handle that I've just pulled. So it's been sat there for a little while. I'll just quickly show you it. So that's the handle there. I've got a jug that I want to sit it on, which is a face jug from the demo that I've just been kind of doing. So I want it opposite, totally opposite his face, so I can put it on its side like that, and then I can see where the middle of his nose is, and I can follow that line down to there. You can put a little mark with your finger if you want, so there's a little nail mark in there, and then I'll just put that nail mark about there and rub that one out. So now I know where the top bit's going to stick to, so I'm going to cut off my handle. And you can use anything to cut it off. I'm just going to cut mine off sort of flattish. And then I'm going to bang it on the table a little bit. Still a little bit soggy this one, so you could leave yours a little bit longer. But I'm just banging it on the table so it's got a nice smooth flat area there. Then cross hatch it. So remember, your cross hatching is just kisses all over. The same on your pot. Sorry, it's really hard to watch the screen and do this at the same time. Then I need some slip. So just put some slip on your pot there, on your handle, sorry. and then pop it on. I'm going to make sure that it kind of sits right up to that ridge on there, because I think that's where it'll look best. And then you can kind of figure out where it's going to look good. So I think I'm going to probably, looks okay like that, but I think I'm going to nip it off and make a short one at the top. So it is better with a proper knife. These are like bone knives, so they're not ideal for it, but it'll do for a demo purpose. So it's more like that sort of a shape. So make sure that's squidged on at the top. It's not going to go anywhere. You can kind of blend it in a little bit with your thumb or your finger. Get rid of all that slip that's come out the side there. You can also use a paintbrush if you have one knocking around. Take most of the water off the paintbrush and then go around and tidy it up. So this is the way you'd put like handles on mugs and things like that as well. So that's kind of neatened that up a little bit. And I think it's going to look right about there. So make sure that it's not off at an angle. So when I say that, I mean make sure that the bottom is level with the top and it's not off to one side like that or off to one side like that, because it'll be a right-hander or a left-hander if that's the case. So looks cool there. Again, cross hatch on both sides that you're going to stick together. And then a bit of slurry in between. And then sit it down in your pot by pushing it down. Again, make sure that it's level so the bottom is sitting directly below the top, which I can't quite see because my phone's in the way, but I presume that it is. But you can fiddle around with it a little bit. It always feels quite ephemeral at the minute until it hardens up and gets fired, because you can move it around really easily, but try not to fiddle with it too much. Just get it in the right position and then tidy it up. So it looks really nice and neat. So, and your handle looks like that. It's a tiny bit off, but I'm not too bothered about that. Yeah, so that's how I put a handle on a jug or a mug, anything like that.